Hello, my name is Dr. Cyril Ohaji, a Nigerian American living in the United States. I'd like to reintroduce myself as I'm not a regular content creator. You might know me from my book, First is Last, which is a book I wrote about my experiences during the Nigeria Civil War. Links to my book and earlier videos are in the video description below. Recently, Dr. Fapohunda, a respected Yoruba scholar, gave an interview to Arise TV. A clip of the interview is trending on social media, especially in WhatsApp groups. Let's take a look at the clip.
There are so many issues on this matter. The first foundation to lay is that Nigeria is not a united country, despite all the pretenses. We are North-South since 1914. It has not changed. The North, at the flip of a switch, they are able to shout Northern interest. The Southerners are laid back, hoping that, oh, we are civilized. We don't want to talk about tribalism. Tribalism is at play. We are pretentious about this matter. Look, the North has taken us for a ride for too long. They foisted federal character on Nigeria over 40 years. They foisted quota system over Nigeria over 40 years. Have they benefited from it? Only the tiny clique in the North is holding the whole country to ransom. It's enough time for Nigeria to wake up. We are not together, North plus South. Now they are talking the elite, the few elite in the North, like if feeding bottle is going to be removed from their mouth. That's what they are doing. They are shouting. They are forming a group now.
Dr. Fapohunda's comment may seem to advocate for a Yoruba-Igbo coalition against the Hausa Fulani. I'm not quite sure about that, but let's kind of put that on one side. I am opposed to any coalition that pits two of Nigeria's major ethnic groups against the third. Let's look at historical examples. Now, during Nigeria's First Republic, there was this coalition between Dr. Nnamdi Azikiwe's NCNC and Saduana's NPC. So this became a political alignment that excluded the Yoruba, led by Chief Obafemi Awolowo and his action group. Since the end of the Civil War, what we now have is the Hausa Fulani and the Yoruba forming a coalition that continues to marginalize the Igbo. What we haven't seen yet is a Yoruba-Igbo alliance against the Hausa Fulani. That hasn't occurred. Even if it were to occur, I wouldn't support that. I have my doubts that Dr. Fapohunda really wanted to gang up against anyone, but even if he were, I wouldn't support it either. My vision for Nigeria is twofold. One, I want people to come up with detribalized proposals that don't aim to pit any two against the third. I also want proposals that don't pretend to be detribalized, yet it's easy to show potential bad faith in them. And that's actually one of the main aims of this video. In 2024, Dr. Fapohunda advanced a proposal for restructuring Nigeria into 8 regions. I was interested in his opinions, understanding that he is a person whose views should be taken seriously. Without leaving you in much suspense, let me state clearly that there was a poison pill in his proposal that simply killed the entire thing for me. Let me be clear. I'm not saying that everything in the proposal was bad. In fact, to the contrary. But I will show that there's a poison pill that allowed me to question Dr. Fapohunda's good faith, his fairness, and his objectivity. From my viewpoint, Dr. Fapohunda must remove that pill and explain rationally the reason for ever introducing it in the first place. This, in my opinion, is a necessary precondition for many to have an open mind towards his other views. So my intent here is not to describe his entire 8-region structure. I've given you a pointer to the Vanguard page that described it very well. All I intend to do here is to kind of point out what I think was really what turned me off in the whole thing. So here are some key points there. I'm not going to describe the 8 regions, but let's describe a few of them. Let's start with the Western region. According to him, it should comprise of Lagos, Ogun, Ondo, Oyo, Osun, and the Ekiti states. And it will incorporate the Yoruba-speaking people in Kogi and Ibomina people in Kwara State. In other words, this is the current Southwest zone plus the Yoruba-speaking people from other states. Now, the next region that I want to discuss is the Southeast region, which consists of Abia, Anambra, Ebonyi, Enugu, and Imo states. So this is the current Southeast zone. But wait a minute, he didn't just leave the Southeast zone alone and simply call it Southeast region. So now he goes to another he calls the Southern region. And this is to be made up of Akwa Ibom, Bayelsa, and Cross Rivers. Essentially, this is the current South-South zone that he extracted to call this Southern region. But then he goes all over the map to grab people from here and there to add to this Southern region. The Anang people, the Efik, the Ikoyi, the Bibio. The one that turns me off is the Ohaji Egbema people in southern Imo. And this is what I call the poison pill. I just don't understand it. So I would like to know the reasoning that led Dr. Fapohunda to these 2 different behaviors. In the Western region, he goes to Kogi and other states, extracts the Yoruba-speaking people from there, and brings them home to the West. Now, when it comes to the Igbo, he goes to Imo State and removes Igbo-speaking people and dumps them with the Akwa Ibom people, the Bayelsa people, and the Cross River states. I don't understand this. Just doesn't make any sense. And I mean, I'm just wondering, is it the so-called oil problem? Because if you go to Wikipedia and you want to figure out who are these Ohaji Egbema people, the very first sentence there tells you Ohaji Egbema is an oil-rich local government area of Imo State, Nigeria. Let that sink in. Ohaji Egbema is an oil-rich local government area of Imo State, Nigeria. So is that the problem? Was that why they were removed? I don't understand. So I went further to study this. I know them very well. I know the area, but I went further just to see. Wikipedia tells me that Ohaji Egbema lies in the southwestern part of Imo State. It shares common boundaries with the capital, Owerri, to east, Uguta to east-north, and Oba Ebemandoni areas in the River State to east-southwest. Again, I continue trying to understand these Ohaji Egbema people, and I studied their markets. Look at it, their markets. Eke Opuma, Nkwommaho, Oriabacheke, Afo Etokuru, and so on and so on. And anybody who knows anything about the Igbo will tell you that the Igbo, we have 4 market days: the Eke, the Nkwo, the Ore, and the Afo. And the Igbo people in Ohaji Egbema, these are their market days. These people are Igbo. And you look at their traditional institutions, they have the Nze Obi, the Obi, and the Ezes, okay, in the 10 autonomous communities of Ohaji, and the Zobi in the Egbema area. So these are Igbo traditional institutions. So I'm just struggling to see what's the problem. So again, I just wanted to raise these questions. Everybody can make up their own minds. So it's difficult for me to say for certain what was going on in Dr. Fapohunda's mind when he structured his regions. He was thinking one way when he was dealing with the Yoruba, and he was thinking another way when he was dealing with the Igbo. I didn't go to his mind, but all I've tried to do here is to educate open-minded individuals to foster understanding. At the same time, we must highlight what appears to be a decision rooted in bad faith. If it is acceptable to unite Yoruba-speaking people within a single region, why not extend the same consideration to the Igbo? It is inconsistencies and perceived biases such as these, they only go to serve to make genuine unity in Nigeria seem impossible and be just like an unattainable mirage. Thank you.